5th, 2017. I would entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Josh Martin and a second from Josh Rivero. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I have to abstain, I was not here.
Okay, so we've got 4 yeses and 1 abstention. Motion passes. Next item on our agenda is public comment. This is public comment for Parker Authority for Reinvestment, but the same rules apply. There's a 3-minute time limit. No action will be taken. If there's anyone here to address the authority, this is the time. All right, seeing no movement, we'll close public comment at 8:15 and move on to the first item, which is resolution number 2017-07. This is a resolution approving the bylaws of the Parker Authority for Reinvestment as amended. And Jason, you are going to lead the way.
Thank you, Chair and PAR board members. The item before you tonight is a minor revision to the bylaws to reflect recent staffing changes, specifically to the director and the secretary positions. Which of those our staff could be appointed to? The director position under the previous bylaws stated that the position could be held by the assistant town administrator or as appointed by the executive director of PAR. The secretary position stated the assistant town administrator staff as or determined by the executive director. The amendment removes the reference to the assistant town administrator and to the director and the secretary positions and states that shall at all times be determined by the executive director. There are no changes to the responsibilities or to the appointments that were made in January of this year to both the director position and to the secretary position, and therefore staff recommends approval of the resolution 2017-07. I'm here to address any questions that you may have.
And Jason, this was just because the town no longer has a position of assistant town administrator.
That is correct.
Okay. Authority Board, do you have any questions for Jason?
No?
No? All right, seeing none, we'll open it up for public comment at 8:16 p.m. Oh, I thought John Fusa was going to come down. He stood up. Everyone gets still when it comes time for public comment. All right, we're going to close public comment at 8:17 p.m. and I'll entertain a motion, please.
I move to approve resolution 2017-07.
Second?
Motion by Amy and a second by Debbie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item is item number 6. This is resolution number 2017-08. This is a resolution of the Parker Authority for Reinvestment approving the third amendment to the redevelopment agreement with Klingbeil Capital Management Limited and its subsequent assignee Parker Flats LLC and the developer of Parker Flats at Old Town of Parker. Jason.
Thank you. This is a request to amend the redevelopment agreement with Klingbeil Capital Management for a third time on the Parker Flats at Old Town project, which is a 146 multifamily unit development currently under construction in downtown. The original agreement between the authority and developer was approved in 2014. The agreement at that time required the development project to be complete with issuance of a final certificate of occupancy by September 1st, 2016, in order to receive a $984,872 in incentives. There have been 2 amendments, the first extending the original date to February 1st, 2017, and then a second subsequent amendment to July 1st, 2017. The reasons and the purpose for granting the extension at those times were due to delays in construction that wouldn't allow for them to be able to meet the certificate of occupancy deadline dates. In the run-up to the July 1st deadline that was established, the town and PAR staff met to determine if completion could be met with Klingbeil Capital Management. During these meetings and other correspondences during that time, outstanding issues were identified that would require additional time to complete the project. The outstanding issues have been identified in Exhibit C and D attached within your packets. The development has currently obtained TCOs for the majority of the project except for 2 buildings and believes that the issues that have been identified can be addressed to receive TCOs and eventually final COs for the site by August 15 of 2017. As the developer has undertaken diligent construction activities to complete the project, staff has found the request to be acceptable and thereby recommend the Authority Board to approve Resolution 2017-08, extending the agreement to August 15, 2017 of this year. Klingbeil Capital Management does have a representative on hand to answer any questions that you may have of the developer, but I'm here to answer any questions that you all may have of the Authority staff.
Okay. Before we have the applicant up, Authority Board, do you have any questions for Jason? No. All right. Sir, if you'd like to come on down. If you could state your name and address for the record, please. Yeah, Jason's really, really tall, so yeah.
And I'm really, really short.
You almost
so-
needed a chair to
Yes.
get the microphone to pull it down.
Good evening, Council. Mayor, thank you for having us.
You do name and address for the record, please.
I'm sorry. It's Mark Mullen, Klingbeil Capital Management. Address is 200 California Street, San Francisco, California. Just to amplify on a couple of things, we do have TCOs on all buildings. Two of the buildings, the TCOs are held in abeyance until such time as we complete a drainage system that goes into Sulphur Gulch. We have the engineering done on that, and the plans, I'm told, are going to be stamped by our engineer and submitted. Staff's been working, the engineering staff's been working diligently with us, and we've been, in creating those plans, we followed their direction. So we feel that we have a set of plans that'll be approved as submitted. And then our difficulty is to get through the urban drainage review, and we think we can do that. We think we can get it through urban drainage review and get it built in the time that we've requested. There were a couple of other items that were requested, landscaping enhancements, which, as I understand, are all done, save for one, which is screening some utility meters on the south side of the building as you come into town, and that'll be done as soon as the bike trail's being relocated slightly, so we need that little extra buffer room to put the vegetative screening up. And I'm trying to think of, well, the other item that we were required to do was actually completed today, which is the colored concrete where the benches go, and that was actually completed today by lunchtime, and it actually looks very, very good. So that was a great suggestion. So the landscaping is coming in nicely, and I think when it matures, I think you'll be quite pleased with the project and the aesthetics of it.
Okay. Authority Board, do you have any questions for Mark? No?
No, he answered mine.
All right.
So I have one thing. If I could I share something with you guys, if that's okay? I'll hand this package to. This is not on Parker Flats. It's on Park 64, but I think you should have. I made a package for everyone.
Okay.
And I'll explain, you don't have to lead through it. I'll explain to you what it is. We were required on Park 64 to put an extensive detention system in, and that system services all of Parker Station, the retirement community, the Montessori school, and a certain portion of Main Street. Some of that drainage system comes through and off and goes through that. So I present that to you because you've been very, very patient with us, and we had, under the easement agreement out there, the right to seek contribution from our neighbors for that system to bring it up to current standards. It's a 1.4 acre site, and you'll see that system is incredibly substantial. It services that area that I just described to you. It cost us about $350,000, and we're not complaining. It's just a way of showing you that, you know, oftentimes people jump to assumptions about developers and things that they do or don't do. We're in it for the long haul, and here in Parker, we appreciate your patience in working with us, and we're happy to contribute that. It's not super sexy, but I think it'll really help that section of the town drain properly. So I just want to present that to you because it's something that we did.
Okay.
Mr.
Mark?
Mullen,
Thank you, Mark.
your professional opinion is you will be done by August 15th.
Barring any difficulty with the Urban Drainage Control Board, I don't see any reason why we can't be done.
Okay.
I really don't.
You think you will have the work completed. Your only concern is that it will pass if there's more requirements about urban drainage.
I don't, in working with engineering staff, we don't believe that their review will be minor and really cursory. Our only concern is, you know, getting in the queue and getting it reviewed and stamped as submitted, really. It's not the work itself. The work itself we can easily get done. I mean, our
Getting in
guys are
line.
already underway now. That's the difficulty. It's just getting the approval, that's all.
So we're clear, this is the third extension, and the agreement does provide that the developer understands and acknowledges that by executing the third amendment, no further extensions will be granted by par. So this is it.
Okay.
Understood.
Authority, anything else? Okay, thank you very much. We'll open it up for public comment at 8:24 PM, if there's anyone here to address the authority board. Seeing none, we'll close public comment at 8:25, and I'll entertain further discussion or a motion, please.
I move to approve resolution number 2017-08.
Second.
We have a motion by Renee and a second by Josh Martin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. With no further business before the authority board, we will adjourn at 8:25 PM. And in a few minutes, council will